So, I don't want to scare anyone, but it's almost Lent. Are you ready? Have you been practicing your hymns about temperance and responsibility? Have you decorated your Lent tree? Well, don't forget on Shrove Tuesday, before you go to bed, to leave out a plate of pancakes so that Jesus will come and take away your temptations. Okay, well, in case it wasn't obvious, I was joking there. But it is just a few days until the beginning of the season of Lent. Now, who here can tell me what church season we're wrapping up right now? Anyone? Gary? Epiphany. Very good. Thank you. Yes, it is still Epiphany until Wednesday. Now, we celebrated the visitation of the wise men to the baby Jesus almost 2 months ago, but it would still be theologically appropriate if the choir were to sing We Three Kings for the offertory. I don't think they're going to. So Epiphany is the season where the world celebrates the many manifestations of Christ to the people. And the story of the Magi was just one in a season filled with them. Christ was also revealed to us all in his baptism, in his first miracle at the wedding at Cana, and today with his glorious transfiguration. The transfiguration serves as a wonderful pivot point in the life and ministry of Christ. It's also a wonderful pivot point in our transition from Epiphany into Lent. Now, I can't think of a better way to end a season of manifestations of Christ than with one so glorious that his clothes glow bright white, his appearance changes, and he literally unites the law and the prophets in his meeting with Moses and Elijah. The Transfiguration also takes us into Lent as we journey with Jesus over 40 days from his shining glory on this mountain to his crucifixion and death on a cross on a different mountain. Now, I think that sometimes Lent gets a bad rap. It's not about pushing yourself or being so obsessed with penance that you can't function in the real world. It's not about giving up chocolate or soda because you're afraid of the wrath of an angry God. It's a period of deep self-reflection where we can examine our lives critically, consider what things come between us and God, and pray on what we should do about them. And that's hard work. And even a little bit of encouragement can help a lot in getting it done. The story of the Transfiguration can be that encouragement. And even when it's not Lent, the story of the Transfiguration can still provide encouragement for you. And I'll say now, if the events of the past week have been overwhelming, if your heart is hurting for the people of Ukraine, the peaceful people of Russia, and the people of the world, try to hold on to the glory of the Transfiguration and remember the hope that God can provide as you pray for peace. So let's dive into the story. First, let's talk about Jesus. We know that Jesus was both fully divine and fully human. We know that he felt emotions. We also know that he knew what was going to happen to him when he went into Jerusalem. I wonder if he was tired. He had already done so much, but there was still so much work left to do. I wonder if he was scared. Much later in his journey, Jesus does ask if God is willing to remove this cup. Could he have been feeling that already? Maybe he needed the encouragement of the Transfiguration similarly to how we need it on our Lenten journeys. That message from God, "This is my Son, my chosen, listen to him." It's a lesson for all of us to follow, but maybe it also served as a kind of pep talk for Jesus that gave him the fortitude to finish his work. The gospel says his appearance changed. Maybe his mood did too. Next, I'd like you to put yourself in the sandals of Peter, John, and James. Now, you, as Peter, John, and James, knew when you first joined up with Jesus that there was something special about him, and you've seen it again and again. Your friend, Jesus, is a powerful teacher. He's a gifted healer. He can cast out demons. He empowered you. He empowered you to do these things too. Jesus has changed your life so much that a week ago you admitted to yourself and to him that he is the Messiah, the promised one, sent by God to be the salvation of your people. And now he's asked you to come pray with him. You're exhausted. Maybe it was the climb up the mountain. Maybe you're still tired from that time you had to clean up the leftovers after feeding 5,000 people a while back. Or maybe it's something more spiritual and sacred laying you down with sleep. You almost nod off mid-prayer when a bright light snaps you awake. It's shining on your friend Jesus. No, wait. It's shining from your friend Jesus. His face is glowing. His robe is a brighter white than you have ever seen. And there are two people with him. You've never seen them before, but you know exactly who they are. Moses, who was buried by God, according to Deuteronomy, in a place that no one knows. And Elijah, who was taken up to heaven by God on a chariot of fire. How could they be here? They lived hundreds of years ago, but here they are nonetheless. Moses and Elijah, who were repeatedly rejected and persecuted, just as your friend Jesus has been. You were right when you said that your friend Jesus was sent by God. This is the proof. Never before have you felt so close to the glory of the Lord. You have to commemorate this. You have to build a shrine. You have to build 3. One for Moses, one for Elijah, and one for Jesus. But no, there's too much work to be done. God himself has told you to listen to your friend Jesus. And if you thought your ministry with Jesus was intense before, boy, are you in for a ride. Moses and Elijah have gone, just as inexplicably as they arrived. It's time to get to work. So the Transfiguration. Lots of theologians have tried to explain and to interpret what was happening. I'm not going to today. See, for me, the story itself is incredibly powerful, and I worry that explaining it can possibly weaken it. It's like when someone has to explain why a joke was funny. By the time they're done explaining it, it's not funny anymore. So I want to encourage all of you to refrain from trying to explain this glorious mystery, and instead let yourself fully experience it. Immerse yourself in it. And let yourself be open to moments in your life that parallel it. Peter, John, and James didn't go up the mountain intending to have the most spiritual, the most powerful spiritual experience of their lives. But it happened anyway. And you probably won't glow like Jesus or like Moses did after his encounter with God. But just because you're not transfigured doesn't mean that your life can't be transformed by a divine and holy experience. God wants that transformation for us. God welcomes it to us. And you can experience it anywhere if you really open yourself up to it. Now, some people feel that sense of holiness in nature or in works of art, maybe in the love of their family. It could even be at church. Imagine that. I felt it when I was confirmed. When the bishop placed his hands on my head, I felt the presence of God stronger and clearer than I had ever thought possible. And that moment has informed everything that I have done in my Christian journey since. The possibilities are endless. Take encouragement from the glory of the Transfiguration as you journey with Jesus through Lent, and open yourself up to experience that holy light of God that illuminates the world. The light that hears the cry of the oppressed and can bring peace in times of war and conflict. That light that transformed Moses and converted Paul. That light that led the wise men to the manger for the first manifestation of Christ to the people on the Epiphany. Oh, star of wonder, star of night. Sing it with me. Star of royal beauty, bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Amen.